frozen winds howled through the forest, carrying with them the distant sounds of war. Shadow, Luna, and Nova raced across the snow, their paws kicking up ice as they fled the battlefield. Behind them, the mechanical wolf lay motionless in the crater, left by Nova's unexplained surge of energy. But the danger wasn't over. Not yet. The Forsaken were coming.
They're already here.
Keep moving.
Shadow halted, ears twitching. He turned sharply, his blue eyes scanning the darkness between the frost-covered trunks. Then, movement. Red eyes flickered in the shadows. They weren't alone.
Keep moving. We can't fight them all.
But what's happening to me? That power... I don't understand. Shadow didn't have the answers, but there was no time for explanations. He glanced down at Nova, his expression unreadable, then back toward the advancing threat. The Forsaken were relentless, and if they caught them now, there would be no escape.
You cannot run, Shadow. Surrender, and your existence will be repurposed.
I am not one of you.
Oh, and yet you were built for the same purpose. You were meant to destroy.
A flicker of something. Pain, memory, passed through Shadow's eyes. He clenched his jaw. He wouldn't let the past define him. Not now. Nova stepped forward before Shadow could stop him, his blue eyes glowing faintly once more. You know what I am, don't you?
You are an anomaly, a mistake in the system, and mistakes must be erased.
You'll have to go through us first.
The Forsaken wolves moved as one, circling the trio, their claws carving deep grooves into the frozen earth. There was no running anymore, no hiding. This was it. Shadow lowered himself into a battle stance, muscles coiled like a spring. Luna stood beside him, her golden fur bristling. And Nova, despite his fear, held his ground.
Then we fight.
Metal clashed against flesh, sparks flew, and the howl of battle rose into the sky. Shadow struck first, his enhanced reflexes making him a blur as he tore into one of the cybernetic beasts. Luna ducked and weaved, using her speed to evade the lethal strikes of her enemies. Ugh! As the Forsaken closed in, his vision blurred, and the strange energy inside him flared to life again. I know what to do. Nova closed his eyes. The ground trembled beneath him as a surge of pure energy exploded outward. The Forsaken staggered, their systems momentarily scrambled. Shadow and Luna barely had time to react before a pulse of light shot through the battlefield. When the dust settled, only silence remained. The Forsaken wolves were gone, their forms disintegrated into the night. The leader, wounded but still standing, locked eyes with Nova one final time.
Interesting.
Shadow stared at Nova, his expression unreadable. Whatever had just happened, it had changed everything.
Nova? What are you?
I don't know. One thing was certain. This was only the beginning. The battle for the City of Wolves had begun, and the truth about Nova was still waiting to be uncovered. The light enveloped Nova, a radiant energy that cascaded from his body in waves, pushing back against the mechanical wolf. Nova's transformation was something beyond his comprehension, a force he had never seen before. The machine stumbled back, its sensors glitching.
Error, anomaly, system overload.
It muttered, its voice crackling as its red eyes flickered wildly. Shadow took a step forward, instinctively placing himself between Nova and the malfunctioning machine.
What is happening to him?
Luna, her heart racing, moved closer to Nova, her protective instincts kicking in.
I don't know, but this power, this isn't just Nova. This is something else. Something we can't control.
The mechanical wolf systems finally stabilized, its body repairing itself with a series of mechanical clicks. It snarled, its red eyes narrowing.
Anomaly detected. Eliminating target.
With a swift movement, the machine lunged forward once again, faster, more aggressive. But Nova was ready. The force was so powerful that it left a crater in the snow where the machine had landed. Shadow's eyes widened.
He just did that?
This power, could it be linked to his origins?
He looked up at Shadow and Luna, his expression distant, almost as if he was seeing them for the first time.
I don't understand. What am I?
You're not just an anomaly, Nova. You're something more. But we don't have time to figure it all out. The Forsaken are coming. We need to leave now.
The ground trembled again as the sound of distant growls echoed in the frozen air. The Forsaken were closing in, their presence looming over the battle-scarred landscape like a storm on the horizon. The final test was upon them.
Let's go. Now.
But as they ran, Nova's mind was elsewhere. His senses were stretched thin, his awareness expanding in ways he couldn't understand. A voice echoed through his mind again. The words sent a shiver down Nova's spine. What did they mean? Was this power he was tapping into connected to his past? And the city of wolves, what role did it play in all of this?
You're not just an anomaly, Nova. You're something more. But we don't have time to figure it all out. The Forsaken are coming. We need to leave now. Let's go now.
What did it mean? The key? What city?
We don't have time for this. We'll figure it out later. Just keep moving.
They're close.
Faster.
Before he could think further, the sound of mechanical footsteps reached his ears. The Forsaken were here. The war for their future was about to begin.